Jealous sister says I'm responsible for her depression and unhappiness and she's curious what it'd feel like to punch my pregnant belly. Am I overreacting? My sister told me she was thinking about what it would feel to punch me in my pregnant belly. Now, me and my husband are thinking about not letting her have a relationship with our child. Original post. My husband, 31 male, and I, 30 female, are currently 7 months pregnant. We decided to have our baby shower in our hometown so that our family and friends could attend. We arrived 5 days before the shower to spend some time with our families. We usually stay at my parents' house, which includes my parents and my sister, 28 female. Our families hadn't seen me in about 6 months, and this would be the first time they saw my pregnant belly. The first day we arrived, my parents were joyful and excited to spend time with us and finally see me pregnant. Later that night, my sister came home after being out with friends. And as soon as she saw me, she looked disgusted. She slowly walked toward me with a disgusted expression and said, "OMG. I can't believe you look like that." She said hello and then deadpan told me that on the drive home, she had been thinking about what it would feel like to punch me in the belly. There was no chuckle or indication that it was a joke. I was in shock and immediately felt unsafe, but I tried not to show my reaction for my parents' sake. I stood there for a few minutes while she pokes my stomach, still looking disgusted. I felt incredibly uncomfortable and on guard. I eventually excused myself, saying I was going to bed. Over the next few days leading up to the shower, I avoided her and told my husband and parents what had happened. My parents had overheard a conversation but hadn't fully grasped what she said. They were all concerned, and my mom spoke to a friend who is a therapist. The therapist friend told my mom that what my sister said was extremely concerning and needed to be addressed. When my parents confronted her, my sister blamed her anxiety and depression, saying that my husband and I have everything. And now that we're having a baby, she feels like she has nothing to live for. She admitted that all she does is go to work and sleep. For some background, my sister has been in therapy and on medication for depression and anxiety for about 10 years. She has been extremely rude and self-centered her entire life. This isn't the first time she's mentioned having suicidal thoughts. During my college years, when I moved out of my parents' house, she blamed her depression on me, leaving her behind, and even threatened my parents with self-harming comments. Over the years, she has made my parents feel like I need to be responsible for mental health and happiness. It come across to me and other family members as if she manipulates my parents into doing everything for her because of her depression. After the baby shower and some long conversations, my husband and I are trying to unpack everything. We are considering not allowing her to have any contact with our daughter once she's born. We don't think she would even want to make an effort to build a relationship with our child anyway. Are we overreacting? Now for the top comments before reading the update. Not at all. Honestly, maybe underreacting because I would have gone no to low contact with her given the history. She's grown and not her responsibility. Never left her around your kid. Yeah. It's the history and context which makes it. This isn't an OMG. What a horrific intrusive thought. Aren't brains weird? It's a disturbing, at best, attention-seeking. Edward's very dangerous comment. Exactly. If it was an intrusive thought, she probably wouldn't have said it out loud. I have horrific intrusive thoughts, and I keep them to myself. You're not overreacting at all. Your sister is definitely blaming you for her own unhappy life, blaming her depression for her struggles, and manipulating your parents into not holding her accountable. It's a toxic situation. And even if she hadn't made those threatening comments about harming you and your unborn baby, I would still advise keeping your distance from her. Considering that she has made threatening statements toward you and your baby, it's absolutely essential to stay away from her and ensure she has no contact with your child. I'm glad your parents took the situation seriously, but they should also be encouraging her to move out and take responsibility for her life. Otherwise, it might be difficult for you to feel safe and at peace when staying at your parents' house. It's possible that she doesn't actually intend to harm you, but the fact that she feels comfortable making unsettling and threatening comments and then blames it on her depression is a red flag.